Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Longboard Blues, 1975. Using girls on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends used to bug you. Longboard Blues, 1975.
To Long Boys Post 1975, and welcome to the weekly vlog. Specifically, do I say the destruction of single player, the dismantling of, campaigns, traditional gaming, and yeah, I guess I am, and I want to talk about Black Ops 4. Now, I wasn't going to talk about Black Ops 4. Ever since I found out that there was no campaign, being a, I know it's not for everyone's taste. Being a big Call of Duty fan, that's really pissed me off. But I wasn't really going to say anything about it until, I started thinking about the, I guess the strength of this title, the strength of this franchise and possible side effects, negative side effects it could have, which is why I want to make this video. Now, first of all, I'm going to put a link in the doohickey down below to my friend Dean from Escape to Gaming, who did a brilliant video that, helped me, kick my ass and said, let's give my thoughts on this. He did a satirical, comedic sketch, about, the head of, Treyarch, and basically why they're dropping, single player campaigns. And I'm not going to spoil it. All I'm going to say is it's a comedy sketch, and it's brilliant. And yeah, and but the point is, as funny as it is, it's satirical as it is, it's based entirely in truth. What he's talking about, this sketch sums it up, and that's quite sad. Anyway. Now, as you may or may not know, I'm pretty sure everyone does, because it's not what I'd like to call immediately new news. There's going to be no single-player campaign on Black Ops 4. There's going to be some amazing Battle Royale mode or something, and you'd have to be blind, right? I'm going to be all over the shop with this, because I don't, script, I don't bullet point, and I got a bit of piss in my vinegar right now. You'd have to be kind of blind right now to see the slow chipping away of what I don't know, traditional gaming, or what I like to call old fart gaming, those of us who grew up with it. The way it started with, campaign and single player and stuff like that. No online, no multiplayer. I understand that, progression is natural and that inevitably came in, and we should always try and move forward, but there is a place for something to be a constant. And yeah, so more and more games are coming out that are based on, like what with the Gran Turismo and stuff like that, and the original Star Wars Battlefront, the original one on, this gen. This chipping away of this, online. Don't worry about single player or stuff like that. Who wants that? And in some cases, inevitably given into fan pressure and given us that. But make no mistake about it, it's happening and it's moving and it's going at a scary rate, because you've got to look at the profits that companies get, and it's from loot crates, it's from microtransactions, it's from online. That's EA's biggest, money earner right now. So it's not in their interest to make single player campaigns, and that's why. And it's far from me to tell you how to spend your money or anything like that. It's your money, you earned it. Back on the Pepsi Max, excuse me. It's your money. You earned it, spend it how you will. But at some point, if we don't vote with our wallets, and these people, because they seem to forget that gaming is ours. They may have made these games, but gaming is ours. If it wasn't for us, back in the day, putting them where they are, they wouldn't have all this money, they wouldn't have all this power. They do well to remember that gaming belongs to the individual, to the player. I mean, hell, you got Sony with, this is for the players. Is it Sony? Is it really? Because the way it's going, like look at Gran Turismo and stuff like that, it's not for the players, is it? It's for the pocket, specifically yours. So yeah, I think there's another reason I want to talk about Black Ops and why I've seen people saying, oh, I don't care, I'm going to buy it. But there's kind of, at least to me, a little bit of hypocrisy in there, because these are the same people who pissed and moaned and complained when, all right, we know it was fake news now, when the leaks came out for PlayStation 5 a month or months or so ago, and it said it wasn't going to have physical media, and everyone's like, what? No! Oh! Yeah. Some of these people are the same people who are going to buy Black Ops 4 and don't care that it doesn't have campaign and it has only a single player. Only an online mode, but we'll get to that. So anyway, it's in game companies' interest just to do online now, apparently. And so we need to make a stand, draw a line in the sand, because this is important, because if you lose this, it will change gaming forever, and it will take fucking solid state media with it. Absolutely guarantee it will hasten the pace of the destruction of that. So let's start with, you know, my problem with Black Ops 4, because it's not a Black Ops game, is it? People were arguing, because I've seen people argue for it, and you know, there are going to be people who like it. I like playing online, make no mistake about that. I like playing online. Not 100%, I get my ass kicked, but the point is, I've got nothing against online. But online should always be an addition, a bonus, a secondary, you know, a special feature, if you will, like on a DVD, something to enhance the game once you've finished the single player mode, something that's based around the physical mechanics of the game, set in the world and lore of the game, you know, so it's got that atmosphere that you can take to another level. It should not be a replacement or vice versa, or that you have to kick up a fuss and piss and moan for them to give you a single player campaign. That's all kinds of wrong right there. That's all kinds of fucked up. And people say, but Dave, this has happened before. And yes, it has. What was it, MAG? On the PlayStation 3 years ago, that was an online game only. So yeah, it has happened before. But my problem with Black Ops 4 right now is, right, the fact that it's not a sequel. They've called it Black Ops 4, even though it has no campaign, in, you know, in a series of games in the Call of Duty franchise that were known for having, you know, a brilliant cinematic story, a brilliant campaign. Yes, it had all the online bells and whistles, but at a time when Call of Duty was rapidly growing stale, Black Ops came along, particularly the first one, took it a whole new direction, and it was fantastic. And I bitched when I found out that Black Ops 2 was in the future, then played it and retracted that, because yeah, it was brilliant. The story was fantastic. You know, all right, Black Ops 3 on the 360 and the PlayStation 3 was online only, apparently because of the size. If that's true, I can give that to them, because obviously there was campaign on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. But yeah, so the problem with Black Ops 4 not having a campaign is, and people saying, but it is, it's, you know, it's not a sequel, is what I'm saying. So it's not a sequel, but it is, it's set in the world of Black Ops. No, it's not. It's an online shooter set in a world where you have Black Ops, you know, gameplay mechanics and weapons, essentially. It doesn't have a campaign. It doesn't continue on and expand the universe, the story, you know, everything, the characters and everything like that. You know, it doesn't have that. So how on earth is it a sequel? I'll tell you what it is. They want, you know, they want this game, you know, to be very, very, very successful, to make them lots of money. If they just called it Call of Duty Online, Call of Duty Online, why not do that? I mean, people like Call of Duty, know it's very solid online, but just saying Call of Duty Online, because that's what it is. It's not Black Ops 4, it's Call of Duty Online. Call of Duty Online. If you called it that, then it's not necessarily going to sell bucket loads, is it? If you say it's Black Ops 4, you know, if this behemoth of a brand, you know, this machine that people, you know, I have such fond memories with Call of Duty franchise going back years and years and years. For every time they've dropped a beat, they've picked it back up. Look at last year's Call of Duty World War II campaign. That's really, really good. So this is scary, because if this is really, really, really successful, I guarantee it'll trickle down into other Call of Duty games, and we'll stop seeing campaigns disappear. And that's terrible. That really does scare me, for the fact that some fucking idiot at the top of a corporation sat in his office, knows nothing about games, doesn't even play games, probably never even had a fucking console when he was a kid, is making these decisions that are going to destroy something that is precious, you know, for a fucking lot of people. Now, I know there are a bunch of people out there who don't care for campaigns and all they do is play online. Well, fine. But, you know, does that mean it has to die for the rest of us? Those of us who dabble in online multiplayer, but for us, you know, being, like I said, it's wrong to have to say old school gamers when you would simply refer to something having a campaign. So yeah, this whole Black Ops 4 thing, it's a stinker. It really, really fucking annoys me, because this game franchise is huge, so it does have a potential to trickle down, and that's what companies want. They want online only. They don't want, you know, campaigns. It's not productive enough for them to do it anymore, unless we vote with our wallets. But there's something else I wanted to get to about this, which is why I'm boycotting Black Ops. And I'm a massive, massive, you know, Black Ops fan. Like I said, 2 I was a little bit skeptical about, but 1 I absolutely love, because at that point with the Modern Warfare series, it got boring and grown stale. And this whole, you know, brainwash thing in Vietnam bit was fantastic. So yeah, I'm boycotting it, and it's not a difficult thing for me to boycott, because it's got no campaign. But I refuse to, even if it was going to be amazing and life-changing online, which it won't be for me. I refuse to give my money and hasten the demise of something that I hold special and dear to my heart. But anyway, right, the point I wanted to make, a little point here, is now I saw lots of people pissing and moaning when this PlayStation 5 fake news thing, right, maybe there's some real news in there, I don't know, you know, we're not going to get like physical media. Everyone went, no, the end of physical media, oh, this is terrible, this is oh, I'm so pissed off. And some of these people are the same people who have no problem said they're going to buy Black Ops 4. They're the fucking same thing. They are. Before you say no they're not, you get a disc with Black Ops 4. No you don't, you essentially get a bloody key. That's all you get, because the way it is quite simple. And I know with installs and stuff on games now, we are, you know, going that direction, but it's a lot slower. That if you don't have internet, some games on current systems will be unplayable. But if we hasten it even more, we're basically going to stop future retro systems, if that makes sense. But so going back to the, you know, Black Ops 4, it's the same as no physical media. It is. You got your disc, you install it, you play in a world of online, regardless of how popular that game is. Regardless, right? At some point the servers are going off. Then what have you got? You've got a disc that you can't use, you can't do anything with. You've got a paperweight or you got a fucking coaster. So essentially, you know, like I said, you install from it, but it's no different than, you know, the future generation of consoles having no, you know, sort of physical media or drive, because what are you going to do with it when the servers are gone down? Same with these consoles. So by, you know, buying this game, putting all this money, if this game is successful, I worry. And so these people who said, you know, complained about the demise of physical media, it's no different if you buy this game. If this game is successful, it's going to be the same end result. And that's, I just find it funny that some people couldn't see the difference between two things. It is exactly the same. The start of making something really successful, and that's why I'm worried, because again, it's Call of Duty. Financially successful for a company, so they ultimately drop single player campaigns and everything becomes online and everything like that. You know, that's physical media removed completely. Then essentially, there's no point. It's an online game. Why even have this? I'm sure somewhere in here, this is an experiment. This is to see how well it goes, and you know whether they. Because think EA don't even want second-hand games. EA don't care about you. EA don't care about campaigns. EA care about cold hard money and not gaming or gamers, or the cruel, cold destruction of it. So I'm sorry this was a little bit all random all over the shop. And like, if you want to buy Black Ops 4, good for you. But all I'm saying is, particularly those who complained about or worry about, you know, the future of gaming having no solid state physical media, this to me is no different. And when stuff like this starts to take off and go through the roof, it's only going to hasten the end and kill what I like to call traditional gaming. Not old school gaming, traditional gaming. Gaming as it was invented to be. A single player, single person campaign, sat there, whether it's even that, just a game where you sit there with yourself or friends and you play and you enjoy. You know, that's why this whole thing pisses me off and scares me, because that's something that I don't ever want to see the demise of. Maybe because I'm old and I grew up with all this stuff, but I don't want to live in a world where all these corporate bastards have destroyed all this and all we've got is playing online. I don't know. So think about it. I'd love to know, as always, what you think. Maybe I'm just not, you know, I'm talking bollocks and I'm not seeing where the end game is, or just clueless. But as always, I'd love to know what you think, particularly on the route they're going with Black Ops 4, particularly if you're going to boycott it, or particularly if you don't care, it's no biggie, and you like playing nothing but online. Anyway, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.